Well met, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are reading what seems to be the final chapter of Solo Leveling, which is 179. Oh, it's definitely time. I've been very keen to see how the manhwa is going to wrap it up. I've also been thinking of like catching up with the light novel as well. I'm going to see how we go with that. There is going to be another video coming soon, early on in the new year, kind of explaining what kind of content I want to cover and continue growing the channel with in the future. Please stick around for that. Let me know what you think. But anyway, before we get into any of that kind of stuff, which is another video, let us recap what happened in the previous chapter and then get straight into the finale. So, Cup of Reincarnation. Jin-Woo has immediately activated it, and you see like the whole world flash with light, passing over some characters, Chano, but yeah, over some of the other major characters, Woo Jin-Chul, and the other S-rank hunters who have been fighting, and yeah, time is just rewinding, and we see a young Jin-Woo still in school, but he's back. It went way further back than I thought it was going to. But he's back reliving his past, you know, as a mini still in school, essentially. His whole family is there, which is, you know, obviously that hits him right in the feels immediately. His dad's still home. The whole family is just back to how it was. I'm sure it would have been extremely nostalgic for him as well. The art in the chapter just keeps getting better. I don't know how it does it. It always does. But he still, as a monarch, he still has the knowledge of what happened in the future. Same with the others. He takes his time to enjoy it up to a certain point, of course. But when he cannot ignore his duty, or the battles ahead anymore, he leaves a note and ends up, you know, leaving home as well to train up for the battles once ahead. And then we kind of skip very far ahead. We just go straight to Beru Rebellion, the two shadows that seem to be the only ones of, you know, his generals, I guess, to stay with him through the transition back. We don't see any of the other named ones, but we see through a quick monologue that he's defeated all the other monarchs except for Antares. He's just finishing off Transfiguration background. An afterthought. But that it's been lasting, like the fight has lasted 27 years. That's quite a time skip. But he looks amazing. He's definitely even more fearsome since his last fight with Destruction. And, you know, as he's just defeated his foes, he quickly arises them. And then, again, extremely fast, he comes face to face with Antares. And they prepare once more for battle, you know. But this time, they actually take the time to introduce each other. It's very cool. He's like, I'm Antares. Who are you again? Well, he didn't even ask last time. Jin-Woo tells him his name. Anything else? No. They just charge straight in. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I'm wondering how much of a final fight we're going to get and what else we're going to be able to cover in this. I assume returning to the real world. But it's going to be very interesting. He noted that time flows differently in the dimension that he's in and mentioned something about only 2 years passing. Does that mean like it's still going to be young Jin-Woo? Or is it like he's 2 years behind the 27, so it's only like 25 years? I'm probably overthinking that. We'll see how it is hopefully in this chapter. And yeah, any previously established relationships with characters in the original timeline, I guess you can call it. It's like Cha, Jin-Ho, Woo Jin-Chul, Goga and He even, or any of the other S or nation ranking hunters. Very keen for any type of interaction with them. But it is time. We must find out what happens in the finale. Okay. Let me get this. Here we go. All right. 179 begins. Ooh. In the real world, 2 years had passed. So this is since he entered the dimensional rift. Due to what some fortune teller said, the entirety of America was shaken. The god who's about to bring doom will soon descend upon this land. Is this Miss Selner again? She's telling fortune, except this time they wouldn't have known. Okay, this is going to be interesting. The god who's about to bring doom will soon descend upon this land. Normally, this prophecy wouldn't have received any attention. Wait, he's going to get like a meeting from everyone then. Like all the nation ranks are going to gather in one spot, similar to... Ooh. However, the problem was that Norma Selner was the one who gave this prophecy. Okay, of course. The god of death will descend on this land along with an infinite number of soldiers of death. We won't be able to escape from death. There's no way for us to escape from the god of... She has a very optimistic outlook here. She looks so kind of dead inside right there. Just eyes half closed. Oh no. She's looking very worried. Okay. So, kind of as expected. 2 years ago, she, who was suddenly enlightened, had predicted the death of the North Korean dictator, the terrorist kidnapping of passengers, and the crash of the stock market due to the huge crash of the real estate industry, etc. Okay. So she has a good history in this timeline of being right. Numerous prophecies of hers have been accurate and have caused her to be in the center of a lot of controversies. That makes sense. And now she suddenly says that the world will come to an end. Of course, everyone would be in shock. And the next day, in the skies of Seoul, a huge black hole that covered almost the whole sky appears. Selner's prophecy then made the headlines in all the newspapers in the world. Looks pretty cool. Wait, over there. It's opening. The hole is opening right now. Just like the sky cracks. Everyone's kind of screaming. What is that? Wait, is that all? Nothing's come out of it though. And then you just see a shadow behind them. They don't know. He's just chilling. Someone's holding flowers. Wait a minute, that looks kind of familiar. Wait. Okay, we're gonna take this one step at a time. We're glad you've returned safely. Welcome back, Sung Jin-Woo. Or should I call you the Shadow Monarch? I guess the fragments of brilliant light that are closest to the rulers would be aware, right? So maybe Gogon, he knows, and maybe Andre as well, and Liu Zhigang. Interesting. The Hunters Association is greeting him here. I didn't expect you to appear in the form of a middle schooler. It's because people might have been scared if I came out with a full bearded face. Wait, he can choose his form? Or when he came back, his form reverted? I don't think it matters too much, but it doesn't feel bad to have at least one person welcoming me back. We really didn't think that you'd be able to make it back after trying to take care of everything alone. But right now, I see that your steps carry the weight of 10 million soldiers. I'm not sure. I'm sure you're not here to give me a flower bouquet. And then we see the shadows in you. What business does the envoy of the rulers have with me? I guess since it is a while ago, maybe the big hunters haven't been properly merged with their fragments yet. Hence the envoy. The rulers have a message for you, the Shadow Monarch. This might be a long conversation. Shall we move to another location to talk? Alright. I just happen to have a place that I'd like to drop by in mind. Okay. Oh, yes, ice cream. You wanted to drop by an ice cream shop? After being in a place where there's nothing for so long, it's natural that one would like something to eat that is sweet. Oh dear. Very nice, good choice. What did the rulers say? Look how much he's ordered. They would like to thank you, as usual. Forget the formalities. Is there a problem? No. In fact, I'm here for you because all of the problems have been resolved. And then he's got his fragment of light. He's holding it in his hand. I'm here for you because all the problems have been resolved. The rulers are worried about your powers, which can influence the direction of the world. As you know, the power that you possess is not something that the world is ready for. So, this world that doesn't even have mana is way too weak, which is why, if you're okay with it, we're wondering if you'd mind moving to another world that's ready to accept your power. What? Jin-Woo just says, instead of doing something that's such a pain in the ass like moving me to another world, there's also the option of just sealing me completely. What? Of course, that is possible too. And you see his little shadow aura coming out of his hand with his ice cream. I don't think he's going to be taking that option. Now that I no longer have any use, are you guys getting rid of me? Oh, mini Sung Jin-Woo's a threat. Young Jin-Woo. Just because you're afraid of the power that I possess? No. That is definitely not it. The waitress is just like, you okay? Please, read this. The god of death would be descending on this land. What's this article about? Before you came back, Selna created an uproar with her prophecy. Back when you disappeared, she wasn't such a powerful fortune teller, but after coming into contact with our world, her life has changed. Okay. So you're saying that my existence has brought about this change? Yes, Monarch. He never uses his name anymore. Can we talk again another time instead? I will do just that, oh great Monarch. He bows and legs it, I guess. He's going to need some thinking. If every living organism has a fixed purpose for their existence, then one thing's for sure. I who became the Shadow Monarch and stopped the world's odd phenomena and the monarchs with my strength have completed my mission. It kind of sounds like he's ready to retire his powers. I've fulfilled my purpose. But a great amount of power that has served its purpose is a pain to deal with, just like nuclear materials that have reached the end of their lifespan. That's one way to look at it. If that is the case, there will be a lot of questions. Would I now become an existence that this place doesn't need anymore? How meaningless. Who's that behind you, buddy? Is that Hope's Up? Next panel? I think it is. He passes. Oh no, he's still in the ice cream shop. Is that Cha? Oh. He notices, runs outside. The time will come. She's just walking past when the question of whether it's okay for me to remain in this place will be answered. What's this? Did ice cream also smell so good? She knows, but she doesn't know. What? However. And then there's Jinna and her friend. If there's a reason to remain in this place, then there's Baek and the boys. What are they doing? They hit the gym? If there's a reason to remain in this place, then it's probably that there are still people that I love in this place. Fair enough. He's finding his reason. Mom's doing some shopping. He's just sleeping. That's the Arjun Guildmaster for us right there. Sorry, Vice Chief, second in command. And that people who love me are still here also. His teacher's upset. He's looking back at him. Oh, it's the original healer. And the original... That's Char's Swordsmaster's... Swordsmaster. I don't know how to say that. Char's teacher. There you go. From the original chapter. Very cool. Back on the construction site. That's... and then... Oh, no. These two clowns. Well, we're going to call one of them Greed. And then there's the Fire Alchemist, of course. The Sumo guy. I remember all of these names perfectly. I kind of remember the characters, though. It's getting it. Boxer. Oh, no. We're just going to skip that one. Which is why That's enough reason for me to stay here. Fair enough, fair enough. Where's that, Mum and Dad? I'll stay here, and Andre and Selma. Andre's huge. I'll stay here and find other reasons as to why I should stay here. And then the boys. There it is. Goga and he. Thank goodness. He's okay at this timeline. Excellent. And then Cha. Wait, she turned around. That's what I've decided on. Wait, he is taller than her. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't seem taller when he was running out the door. And then the final panel, it looks like, is Cha turning around and seeing him. And there's got little bubbles on the screen. That's pretty cool. Alright, and then there is a long note here. We must read. Hello to all our readers. I am Jang Sungrak. Thank you for loving our series despite its flaws. It is a great series. As I took on solo leveling as a new challenge, I was able to learn a lot of things. I'm really happy and also sorry at the same time for the love that we've received this whole time. In our journey to bring this series to an end, I would like to thank all our artists who have helped me, Park Mogun, who helped me by himself in Season 1, and Lee Mogun, who helped me by doing 2 people's work temporarily for 1 to 2 months. That was when Season 2 just started. I think they had to have a little bit of a break there. The both of them have done a lot as they wanted this series to do well. Yes. I read that a bit funnily, but it does make sense. I would like to take this time to say that without the passion and help from the 2 of them, I wouldn't have been able to come up with such a good series. I would like to thank them for it. The art has been consistently amazing the whole way through, improving even as we've been through the chapters. It looks so good. Especially to Lee Magoon, who was a colleague that was more important than anyone else. The most important colleague. He had stayed with me and worked on the series as he colored the chapters until the very end. I would like to express my thanks to him. Names of everyone who helped me with the series but didn't give me permission to reveal their names will be kept hidden. Fair enough. I would also like to thank the author who wrote the original manuscript and everyone at Red Eye Studio and their partner company DNC Webtoon Biz. And there's a sweet little chibi Jin-Woo with all his shadow commanders, generals, and lads. Very cool. And then solo leveling has now ended with 179 chapters. Whew. That's it. What a series. Damn, they definitely left the ending a lot more open-ended than I would have thought. And I guess there's always the potential of the rulers trying something to get back at Jin-Woo, but realistically, they lose that fight 100% right now. Jin-Woo has been through 2 times as the monarch, gaining experience and, you know, learning how to use his power. It's really his choice to do what he thinks is best now. And this time, he gets to live a proper life, I guess. It's yeah. And we have a nice panel with him and Char at the end. That was kind of cool. I like that. I did like that. Good to see some of the other ones. I was looking forward to some more interactions with the other characters, but I guess because he left so early and only came back within 2 years of him leaving, the fragments would have been like, well, obviously it was in a random envoy character instead of in Gogun He or any of the other nation rank hunters, maybe. Otherwise, surely they would have had knowledge that, you know, it's okay. The Shadow Monarchs coming through. Because the rulers still kept in touch with their fragments, obviously. It's just they weren't using the same hosts this time around. Or back in the day, I guess. But yes, very well done. I'm going to have to read the light novel for soul leveling, 100%. There are maybe they go into a bit more detail as to what exactly happens in the aftermath, because this epilogue was definitely fast-paced, to say the least. He off-screened, 6 of the 7 monarchs, and then defeated Antares in this one. off screen as well, and then immediately comes back to like a bit of a rushed ending. But yeah, never been any complaints with the art of this series. Always been fantastic. Definitely one of the top manhwas I've read, which is to say I haven't read many, but it's going to be hard to knock this one off the top spot. But yeah, I know that's probably about it from me. Who knows? We might or may or may not get a comparison kind of video between the light novel and the manhwa, but we'll see how we go. I will try to have a video out very soon to say what I kind of want to do with the channel over the next, well, moving forwards is a better way to put that, and what we're going to do with Twitch, YouTube, and all of that. But that is a separate video. For now, thank you very much for watching, listening, or reading along. If that is what you do. And catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.